So now the other thing that I'm always curious about is, how did you get your first few customers? What you obviously, you said you're more at the sales and marketing side. So, and a lot of people are always very curious about, okay, I've got this idea, now I've got to sell it, or I've got this product, I now have to sell it, or I've got a solution, I need to sell it. How did you get your first few customers?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of our partners, Rian, both his parents are doctors, and his dad is a gynecologist, his mom was an anesthetist. So he had an unbelievable network in the doctor community. And at that time, which was kind of 98, 99, a lot of doctors were embracing technology and seeing how it could have an impact on their business. So we were selling a lot of computers to them. So that came through Rian's family. And then what's transpired was, from just selling computers, now they wanted them to be connected and networked.
Yes.
So that was the next need that kind of rose up. And then from there, we started getting referred to other doctors. To other doctors, and then out of that came a business. So I'll tell you a short story. So we ended up getting referred to a set of doctors, and I'll tell you another piece of it afterwards. They were based at a hospital in two neurosurgeons. Two of them were in a hospital called Sunninghill Hospital. Another two were in another hospital called Olivedale Clinic, and they wanted to connect their practice. So they sat down and said, "Can you do this?" And the salesman that I said, "Yes, we can." And we'd never done it before. So at that time, Microsoft technology wasn't yet in a place where they had a good way of doing this. Linux was. So we had some really bright friends from our university that had built something called leveraging the Linux technology. So we set up a wide area network between these two hospitals, and it leveraged almost like an exchange server between them, called OCS, leveraging Linux technology. So at that time, the only way to do that was with ISDN technology.
Yes,
and
sir.
In South Africa at that time, you got billed for a minute every time the call connected. So every time an ISDN connection came up, you got billed for 1 minute. So there was something wrong in the server. It would connect and drop the call 20 times in a minute. So in 1 minute, they were being billed for 20. So anyway, long story short, we ended up with the hugest bill, and these doctors were unbelievably stressed. And we just confronted the reality with them and said to them, "Look, guys," and we went and dealt with it with the local telco provider, eventually getting it squashed. And from them, they referred us to our biggest deal ever, which was a school that his daughter was attending, and or son, I can't remember. And we ended up doing like a huge deal, that selling them all their computers, networking everything, and that ended up being a flow of cash that enabled us to do some other things. And this was before we actually started doing annuity, which kind of started happening late 99, early 2000.